Do you hide your vocal problem from people around you? Are you afraid to tell people that your voice is giving you a hard time? If so, just know that you are not alone feeling this way. Let's talk about it in this video. Hi, I am Katarina, speech-language pathologist, and here on this channel I share practical tips about using your voice in a healthy way. So if this is a topic that interests you, consider subscribing to this channel and hitting that bell notification icon so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Where do I start? I know that for many people with voice problems, talking about their difficulties is not easy. And it's understandable because this is what they often hear when they talk about their voice problems. It's your fault, you should have known better. Or, you sound fine to me, you don't have a problem. Or, there are more serious problems, just get over it. Or, you sound funny, what's wrong with you? Or even, are you sure you can do your job? Maybe you should change your career. The saddest part is that these reactions may come even from voice specialists like doctors and therapists. If you ever got a comment like that, just write me in the comments below. I'm very sorry that you had to go through that experience. When you are treated this way, of course you are not going to talk about your voice and vocal issues. The reasons for your silence can be described in single words like shame, fear, blame, confusion, embarrassment, isolation, disbelief, misunderstanding, even bullying, lack of empathy, anxiety, self-image, and I could go on and on and on. We are human beings and we are trying to protect ourselves from being judged or ridiculed, right? It's absolutely natural to hide something that would lead to negative comments or comments that undermine the core of who we are. And because I work with people who experience vocal issues, I know that hiding a vocal problem is a very common phenomenon. And it doesn't matter if you are a professional singer, speaker, presenter, teacher, or a house mom, retired or introverted. In our free Facebook group called Breathing Room for Voice, I asked the members if they hide their vocal problem from others and why. Unsurprisingly, the post received a lot of responses, and here are some of them. I was afraid people wouldn't understand my situation or would just make fun of me. Because a lot of my identity was wrapped around being a vocalist and a band leader, I worried people would think my career was over. I also had to work through feelings of loss as to who I am, if not a performer, should my voice not return to its original strength and range. I feel it takes energy to explain my disorder to others, both physically and mentally. I feel others won't understand how difficult it's been and how painful and hard it is to try to relieve the tension and learn new ways to use my voice. I feel very isolated. It definitely weighs me down since I am a vocalist who is terrified of not being able to talk and sing normally again. I find it difficult to be taken seriously. It really pains me to read comments like this. Why are vocal issues associated with all of these negative feelings? Isn't it interesting that people who use their body in other fields actually get the opposite reactions when their body is injured? So take, for example, professional athletes or even amateur athletes. When they pull their muscles, sprain their ankle, or when their health is impacting their performance, they get help immediately. They get compassion and care. Their coach, friends, and family show empathy without hesitation. I am so sorry to hear about your injury. How can we help to get you back in shape? Or shall I take you to see a doctor? Or when do you start your physiotherapy? And professional athletes even work with performance psychologists and other specialists to return to their top performance level as soon as possible. Why can't people with vocal problems get the same attitude and help? Voice disorders are shockingly common, but the general population, or 99% of people around us, have no clue what that means or feels like. And they will not know unless we tell them. And if you don't have the courage to talk about it yet, I will be your voice. Here is what I have to say to anyone who doesn't take you seriously or blames you for your vocal problem. Stop undermining vocal issues. They exist and they can be as debilitating as any other serious illness. Stop blaming people for their vocal injury. It's not their fault. They are not responsible for causing their own injury. Stop implying that if they had better technique or were more accomplished, this would not have happened. If they are telling you that they have a problem, it means that they have a problem. It's not in their head. It's real to them, and even though you cannot hear it, it's very real to them. Stop telling them to relax or get over it. If it was that easy, there would be no vocal problems. It takes dedication, patience, and deep motivation to change vocal behaviors. Vocal problems do not mean incompetence. On the contrary, people with vocal problems usually have better kinesthetic awareness, better knowledge, and vocal skills than anyone in their environment. So stop neglecting their feelings about their own voice and their identity. And instead, offer help. Ask what you can do to ease their pain and frustrations. Be a good listener. Listen without judgment and be supportive in the decision they make about their own voice. You don't need to know all the details unless they want to share them with you. Just be there and let them know that you understand, and educate yourself about vocal disorders and how you can help. Be a good friend and show empathy. Now back to you, my friend. If you have vocal issues, I encourage you to start talking about it. Whenever you are ready, find a circle of people who will understand. Take inspiration from one of our Facebook members who wrote, "It took me a lot of inside work to lose the shame of possibly losing my voice and to give myself the grace, acceptance, and patience I deserve. Now I have no problem sharing my struggle, especially if it's to help others who are facing some of the same issues. My battle is not over, but I no longer fear what the future holds and know I will have a full life despite the outcome." You're definitely not alone, and there are many people who feel the same way. So find them, talk to them. It actually can be therapeutic in itself. The compassionate community of like-minded people who share similar vocal journeys is what makes our group coaching program, Vocal Freedom System for the Speaking Voice, so powerful. So come and join us. If you found this video helpful, click the like button, share it with people who would benefit from this information. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.